So in today's class, we'll be understanding about the ARM core data flow model. So as we have already discussed in the previous video that what is meant by an ARM processor and all. So now we'll be discussing about a data flow model. So if you just observe here, the data, whatever that you are trying to give the data to the ARM processor, so that first data has to be decoded. So that is done by the instruction decoder. So what is the use of this instruction decoder? This instruction decoder will decode the instructions in the form of machine level language. So therefore the ARM processor will be able to understand what instructions are being given to it. So therefore based on that it will be performing the operations. And what are all the various blocks that are there in this data flow model is sign extension. In case if we are giving a very smaller data, and as we all know that the registers are of 32-bit in its size, and if you are giving a very small data like 8 bits or 16-bit, it has to extend its sign. If the number is a positive number, it will be extending its status until a 32-bit. So for example, if I am giving the data as 32, so 32 is a 8-bit data, right? So 32 is a positive number. So on what basis I will be getting to know that 32 is a positive number is, one second, I'll just write and show you how actually the processor will work. So 32, this is a 8-bit data. So 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. So this is a binary representation for 32. So what is the MSB? The MSB of this whole position of this whole data is 0. So since it is a 0, I'll be coming to the conclusion that this number is a positive number. Okay, and if this number or if this bit position is 1 means, then I have to come to the conclusion that this number is a negative number. Okay, so this is how the processor will work. So the processor will come to the conclusion that the particular number is a positive number if MSB is 0, and this number will be a negative number if this bit position is 1. Okay, so now if I want to make this as a 32-bit data, okay, if I want to make this as a 32-bit, this is just an 8-bit data, right? If I want to make it as a 32, I have to extend the same. I have to extend the same for rest of the positions. I have filled only the 8 positions, 9th position, 10th position, 11th position, like that I have to fill till 31st position. So therefore I'm extending my sign. That is the work done by the sign extension block. And in case if the MSB was 1 means, I have to fill the 9th position by 1, 10th position by 1, 11th position by 1, until 31st position I have to fill only 1. So I'm extending my sign bit. Okay, in order to keep the status that whether the number is a positive or negative, that particular work, the extension of the sign will be done by the sign extension block. And register file, so there are so many registers which are available, that is from R0 till R15. Okay, all the registers are general purpose except R13, R14 and R15. So for what purpose this R13, R14 and R15 are used, so such details we'll be seeing in the further slides. Okay, till R0, from R0 till R12 you can use it for a general purpose, but R13, R14, R15 we cannot use it because it is being used for a specific purpose. See, it is already displayed in the diagram itself that R15 is working as a PC. So PC is nothing but the program counter. So what is meant by a program counter? Program counter means uh, whenever the executions are happening in the program, so the program counter will be holding the address of the next instruction that which has to be getting executed. So right now if the second line is under the execution means, the PC will be holding the address of third line. Okay, I hope you have understood. So PC will be holding the address of the next instruction which has to be executed. So if the third line is under the execution means, the fourth line address will be stored in PC. Okay, so likewise PC is used for what purpose we are using PC, all those things we'll be discussing little bit later. And you all know about what is this barrel shifter. So this particular concept I have already explained, right? This particular concept I've already explained. So whatever the operands that is moving inside the arithmetic and logical unit, So first operand will be directly moved into the ALU, and the second operand will be moving into ALU through barrel shifter. So if there is any shifting operations that it has to be done means, so that work will be carried out by the barrel shifter. If there is no shifting operations means, then the barrel shifter will be idle. I mean to say that this operand, the B operand, will be bypassing this barrel shifter, and it will be just going into the ALU for its arithmetic and logical operations. And this, what is this MAC unit? MAC is nothing but a multiply accumulate unit. So you will be understanding how this MAC unit works in the further classes in detail. I'm just explaining the data flow diagram. Okay, once you are getting the results, you will be storing in one of the destination register, or you can store it in the memory locations by using some instructions. All those things will be understanding bit later on. Okay,